An example where you would need a tooth extraction would be, and the obvious one would be the wisdom tooth, because people do get like their third molars extracted due to multiple reasons. Like sometimes the wisdom tooth does not come in the right way and it can come to the side impacted, so we do recommend for those patients whose teeth are coming out sideways like this way instead of the right way to have their wisdom tooth extracted. Another reason we would recommend an extraction is when an orthodontist needs more space in the mouth to be able to correctly align the teeth. Sometimes we have to do an extraction of a premolar to mitigate the limitation of the space of the oral cavity, so that way the alignment of the teeth can be proper. Another example of needing an extraction would be when you have pain. So when there's a large cavity that gets into the pulp chamber, and if the cavity eats up majority of the tooth structure where you cannot save the tooth with the crown or any kind of filling, then that's when you would be recommended for an extraction. So, and also when you have a swelling as well. So if there is an infection that was ongoing underneath the bone, it can actually cause dental swelling and it can go underneath the neck area as well. So in those cases, we would recommend extraction. Of course, we always try to save the tooth when we can, but there are times that extraction is needed. Now, a common question that I get is extraction painful? No, it's not, especially if you are numbed the right way. And with the clinicians that we have, they have a lot of experience with the extraction, that we always want to try to make sure that the patient's doing well. And we have different sedation options too for the extraction, and also nitrous, oral sedation, to make sure that you are at ease. So during an extraction procedure, what you would expect would be everybody's going to go over what to expect on the day of to make sure that you understand what the process is. So the process of an extraction is pretty simple. First, you'll get numb. We'll be giving you the topical and we'll give you the local anesthetics that you are completely numb. So we always make sure that you're numb before we do any procedure. After the numbing goes in, we make sure that you're comfortable. If you need a blanket, if you need a stress ball, you name it, we have it. Making sure that you're okay. And after that, we go into the mouth and we try to elevate the tooth to make sure that we extract the tooth atraumatically. So that way we conserve the bone and the tissue as much as possible. It's very important to make sure that the extraction is done in a non-invasive way, so that way the tissue heals faster and quicker, and that's what we always strive for. Once the extraction is done, we always make sure that the bleeding stops, but the recovery of it requires a lot of commitment, because we always tell our patients not to eat something through a straw. We always tell our patients to put towel over their pillowcase, so that way the pillowcase doesn't get ruined, because when you're sleeping, a little bit of bleeding can come out. And we recommend not to spit and not to drink through a straw, because it can dislocate the clot that's happening inside the extraction site. And having that clot is very crucial for the healing process. So we don't recommend you smoking. We don't recommend you drinking alcohol. We don't recommend you drinking through a straw, and we don't recommend you spitting. So those are the main things that I would say after the extraction that you have to look out for. And in terms of pain management, you'll be prescribed pain medication, and also what you can do is you can put cold compress and then hot compress the next day to ensure that you don't have too much swelling. If you need any extraction, if you're nervous about it, we're always here at North Bethesda, Maryland, and also Vienna, Virginia for your convenience. And if you're in any kind of pain, we always accommodate same-day treatment. So please call us and don't hesitate to book an appointment with us at any time.